you feeling today? Well, my name is Anna, nice to meet you. And long story short, as you can see, I do have a... No, you can't see, wait. As you can see, I do have a really nice setup for drawing and stuff, but today I felt like I was gonna do something different. So I'm gonna go to a cafe and, I don't know, try to do something different because I've been trying to draw this way. It's just not working, so let's go. So how can I explain to you guys that this is one of the hardest videos I've ever recorded? Actually, not the hardest video that I recorded for, but like voiceover, and I'm just struggling. And you might be asking, why is it so hard? So I'll have to tell you a little bit about myself so this makes sense. So basically, this is not my first long format video on YouTube. This is on my first channel. So this is actually a restart, if that makes sense. And the reason why I had to restart everything is because I wanted to create content in English and not in Portuguese, which is my first language. And I was trying to create English content in my previous page, but it just wasn't working out. So I was like, okay, I'll just restart it. And that is really, really hard. And it's really hard for like multiple reasons. I would say that my ego is the one struggling the most with all of this. Because, not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to flop all over again. I'll have to learn with all of my failures all over again. And this hurts. I feel like the best way I can describe it is filling up the first page on your sketchbook. But it's not like your first ever sketchbook. You've been drawing for a long time, but the first page is always so scary, you know? And it's just something so silly, but yeah, I've been drawing for years and the first page on my sketchbook still makes me really, really nervous. I'm like, I'm gonna mess it up, I can't mess it up. So there's always two options for me, at least. The first option is I usually skip my first page and then I'll be back to it in like a random day maybe. Or I'll go and do like the fuggliest drawing you've ever seen. I'll just like do a lot of, what's the word for that in English? Scribbles, that's the word. So yeah, basically I'll just scribble on the whole page and I'll be like, that's it. If it's like ugly, it's ugly, let's go for it. I don't know if that made any sense, I hope so. But let's be honest, I can't do that with a long format video on YouTube. So that's why we're here now. And that's why I decided to record this specific video, because honestly, I was already way out of my comfort zone. And yes, I do want to change my content a little bit, not only like it being in English, but also bring a little bit more about myself. And I felt like this was my perfect comfort zone, being outside of my comfort zone. I don't know if that makes sense. And well, after all of that chit chat, let's finally talk about the drawing, shall we? Well, I love making self-portraits, so I was like, what's better than that to start my first video in my I was gonna say my first YouTube channel, but this is not my first YouTube channel. But this is my first video in this YouTube channel, so please bear with me, okay? Thank you. Back to the drawing, I was gonna only do the left side of the page, but I was like, nah, this is looking empty. It's gonna look really, really ugly on the thumbnail. So I was like, I might draw, I don't know, what I'm eating right now, and that was it. And it's a really ugly bacon and egg drawing. I tried my best, but I do not do really well drawing food. But I tried because why not? But I was like, this is still too empty. How can I fill up space quickly? And then I was like, I'll go for this lettering and that's it. And before someone asks me, I'm using the Ohuhu alcohol markers. And I'm also using a few colored pencils to do the line art and stuff. Honestly, this is always my go-to. It's the technique that I feel more comfortable with. And that's pretty much it. I feel like this video is more of me just ripping off the band-aid. And well, I'm honestly proud of myself for doing that. And I know it's a short video, but it's better done than not done at all. And if you're still here, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe on my channel, and I'll see you next time. See ya!